Good morning, students. I hope you all are in sound health. Today I am going to continue chapter 6, the simple, continuous and perfect tenses. But first, recite the school prayer in your mind. O God, infinite wisdom, the source of all knowledge, bless all of us, bless our school, bless our country and its leaders. Good God, bless our parents, students, and teachers. Almighty God, we beseech you, enlighten our minds, strengthen our memories, and make all of us good and loving children. Amen. So, in the previous video lesson, we have learnt the present perfect tense. Let me brush up it once again. What is the structure of the present perfect? It is subject plus has have plus the past participle form of the verb plus object. The use of auxiliary verbs has and have depends upon the subject. If the subject is third person singular, then we are going to use has, and with the rest we are going to use have. We have also seen how to make affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences in present perfect. Now let me continue from the simple past tense. So this tense is used for finished actions or situation that began and ended before now, or to express a past habit. For example, the family traveled all over India. The structure of the simple past is subject plus second form of the verb plus object. Look at the table of the simple past. Here I have used the verb give. Now you have to use the second form of the verb, that is gave. Do you remember all the three forms of the give? It is give, gave and given. Given is the third form of the verb, but here we have to use second form, that is gave. Now with the first person I, it will take gave only. I gave, you gave, he, she, it gave, then we gave, you gave and they gave. Just go through the examples of affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences in simple past. I repeat the structure of simple past. It is subject plus V2 plus object. Now look at the examples of affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences. Here I take a sentence, I returned the book. Then the negative of this sentence can be like this, I did not return the book. Here I have added did, because whenever you make the sentence of simple past in negative and interrogative, you have to add did, the way we have used do or does in simple present while making interrogative and negative sentences. Just notice one more important thing, that is do, does, did always take the base form of the verb. So here I did not return. Return is the base form, that is present form of the verb. I did not return the book. Then the interrogative sentence can be like this, did I return the book and question mark. If you won't put question mark, then it cannot be considered as an interrogative sentence. Have a look at another example. Ronit bought a pen. This is the affirmative sentence. Then the negative, Ronit did not buy a pen. Then the interrogative sentence, did Ronit buy a pen? I think the concept is clear to you now. Now move to the next slide of the past tense, and here we are going to learn the past continuous tense. This tense is used to express an action that was going on at some time in the past when something else happened. For example, Shobha was writing an essay when her father reached home. Another example, yesterday I was solving few math sums. See, the longer action is expressed in the past continuous form, while the shorter action is usually expressed by using the simple past. Is this clear? The structure of the past continuous tense is subject plus was verb plus verb ing form plus object. Look at the conjugation table. Here I have used the verb stroll, which means walking in a leisurely way. With the first person I, it is I was strolling. Then the second person is you, so it is you were strolling. Third person he, she, it was strolling. The plural personal pronouns are we were strolling. Then second person plural pronoun is you were strolling. And third person plural is they, so it is they were strolling. Look at the next slide. If you remember the structure of the past continuous, then only you are able to make affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences. So the structure of the past continuous is subject plus was verb plus verb ing form of the verb plus object. Now look at the affirmative sentence. I was reading a book yesterday night. And the negative sentence of the same sentence is I was not reading a book yesterday night. Can you guess the interrogative sentence now? Just interchange the subject and auxiliary verbs place. So, was I reading a book yesterday night? Question mark. Just look at the another example. We were playing in the garden when the robbers broke into the house. This one is the affirmative sentence. Now the negative one is we were not playing in the garden when the robbers broke into the house. The negative word not is placed after the auxiliary verb and before the main verb. That is, it is placed between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Clear? And the interrogative sentence, were we playing in the garden when the robbers broke into the house? Question mark. Now we are on the past perfect tense. It is used to express a past action that happened before another past action or time in the past. The past perfect is used for the earlier action and usually the simple past is used for the action that happened later. So, for the earlier action, we use past perfect, and the actions that happen later, for that we use simple past. Okay. For example, when the shopkeeper called him, he had already left. With this example, can you guess the structure of the sentence? It is like this: subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb plus object. Look at the conjugation table of past perfect. So here I have taken the verb drive. Now what is the past participle form of drive? It is driven. The conjugation table can be like this: I had driven, you had driven, he, she, it had driven, we had driven, you had driven, and they had driven. Have a look at the affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences. But first, have a look at the structure of the past perfect. So it is subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb plus object. Now, here is the example of the affirmative sentence. The shopkeeper had sold all his goods and the negative can be like this. The shopkeeper had not sold all his goods. Then the interrogative sentence can be like this. Had the shopkeeper sold all his goods? Question mark. I think all your basis of tenses are clear now. You only need to do lot of practice. With this hope, I am moving towards the next exercise, that is exercise B. Here you have to fill in the blanks with the form of the past tense as per the instruction which is given in the brackets. This chapter we have learnt 3 forms of the past tense, that is simple past, past continuous and past perfect. So here you have to use the suitable form of the past tense. Look at the question number 1. I dash, in the bracket the verb is given present, my project last week, and the tense in which you have to use the verb, it is simple past. So I presented my project last week. Then the second question, my father dash the tap before the plumber arrived. So the verb is fixed and the tense that you have to use here is past perfect. So my father had already fixed the tap before the plumber arrived. Just pay attention to the rule. Here we have used past perfect for earlier action and simple past for later action. Question number 4. The animals dash oddly as they had sensed an earthquake. So we have to use past continuous form of behave. So in the blank you are going to fill were behaving, and the sentence can be like this. The animals were behaving oddly as they had sensed an earthquake. Then the fifth question, the company dash, verb is here shift and the tense you have to use simple past. So the company shifted its office 2 years ago. Now question number 6. Suddenly I realized somebody dash, verb is here knock, at the door, and you have to use past continuous. So suddenly I realized somebody was knocking at the door. See, the indefinite pronouns like somebody, anybody always agrees to singular verb. That is the reason I have used here was. Now question number 7. They reported that the driver dashed into a parked truck. So here the verb is crash and you have to use past perfect. So you are going to fill the blank with had crashed. The sentence can be like this. They reported that the driver had crashed into a parked truck. Question number 8. The actor dash for the film when the accident happened. So you have to use past continuous form of the verb shoot. So the actor was shooting for the film when the accident happened. Again here you have to pay attention to the rule that is applied. See, for the longer action the past continuous tense has been used, and for the shorter action, that is simple past, has been used. Now question number 9. The moment I dash the door, my dog jumped to greet me. So the verb is open and you have to use your simple past. The sentence can be like this. The moment I opened the door, my dog jumped to greet me. Question number 10. They dash the crop just before the monsoon arrived. The verb is harvest and the tense that we have to use here is past perfect. So in the blank you are going to fill had harvested. They had harvested the crop just before the monsoon arrived. This much is enough for today's class. In next video lesson I am going to teach the future tense and we will do the remaining exercises of this chapter 6. Till then, take care and have a nice time.